This is the story of two women named Kemi, whose lives became entangled in the most unexpected way. A simple hospital visit changed everything for Kemi Adedayo, but the roots of this tale go deeper, involving love, desperation, and a critical mistake. Kemi Adedayo was a woman with a plan. She had spent the last few years carefully crafting a life she believed would lead to wealth and security. Her fiancé, Rotimi Daniels Olubanko, was one of Nigeria's most eligible bachelors, a billionaire with a sharp business mind and a heart hardened by past struggles. Rotimi had built his empire from the ground up. But 5 years ago, he faced a health crisis that shook him to his core: prostate cancer. Knowing that the aggressive treatment might leave him unable to father children, Rotimi made a decision. He froze his sperm, ensuring he could still have children someday, even if cancer took away that chance naturally. Kemi Adedayo saw Rotimi's wealth as a golden ticket. She knew he didn't love her deeply, but she was determined to secure her place in his life. Rotimi, on the other hand, was indifferent. He had been through too much to care about superficial relationships. For him, Kemi was just another companion in a world where trust was scarce. Kemi Adedayo learned about Rotimi's decision to freeze his sperm. She saw this as an opportunity to tie him to her forever. Without his full knowledge, she arranged for an artificial insemination procedure at a reputable hospital. Her plan was simple: get pregnant with Rotimi's child and secure her position in his life permanently. Meanwhile, Kemi Adedayo was living a different kind of life. A young woman with a strong sense of faith and morals, she had been in a relationship for several years. Her boyfriend, Tund, had been away for over 2 months on a work assignment. Their relationship was strained, mainly because of Kemi's decision to remain celibate until marriage. It wasn't an easy choice, but Kemi believed in staying true to her values, even when Tund's patience was thin. One afternoon, Kemi Adedayo began feeling unwell. A persistent stomach ache and itching made her uncomfortable. After enduring the symptoms for a while, she decided it was time to see a doctor. When she arrived at the hospital, she registered her name, Kemi Adedayo. She had no idea that another woman named Kemi Adedayo had been there earlier that same day, setting into motion a chain of events that would drastically alter both their lives. Kemi Adedayo's checkup was straightforward. The doctor diagnosed her with a urinary tract infection and prescribed medication. He asked her to return in 2 days for a follow-up to ensure the infection was clearing up. 2 days later, Kemi returned to the hospital. She was still unaware of the other Kemi's appointment. On this day, a different doctor was on duty. The first doctor, familiar with her case, wasn't available. The new doctor had a busy schedule and was trying to manage several patients. As Kemi waited her turn, the new doctor glanced at 2 files on his desk, both labeled Kemi. Without verifying the details, he assumed Kemi Adedayo was there for the artificial insemination procedure. After all, he saw the name Kemi and connected it with the previous instructions left by the hospital staff. When Kemi Adedayo was called in, she followed the doctor's instructions. He asked her to lie down on the examination table. Trusting the medical staff, she complied, thinking it was part of her follow-up treatment for the urinary tract infection. The doctor proceeded with the insemination, believing he was completing the planned procedure for Kemi Adedayo. Kemi Adedayo went home, still unaware of the mistake. She took her medications and rested, hoping to feel better soon. But as the days passed, she began to notice changes in her body that didn't align with her initial diagnosis. 2 weeks later, Kemi received the shock of her life: she was pregnant. Confusion set in. How could this be? Her boyfriend had been away for months, and she hadn't been with any man in over 3 years. She had remained celibate, waiting for marriage as she had promised herself. Panic and disbelief took over. Kemi began retracing her steps, trying to understand how this could have happened. The only unusual experience she could recall was the hospital visit. Meanwhile, Kemi Adedayo was eagerly waiting for confirmation that her plan had succeeded. She believed that soon, she would be carrying Rotemai's child, securing her future as the mother of a billionaire's heir. As Kemi Adedayo's confusion deepened, she returned to the hospital for answers. After some investigation, the truth emerged. The hospital staff had made a grave error. The artificial insemination meant for Kemi Adedayo had been mistakenly performed on Kemi Adedayo, and Kemi was now carrying the child of Rotemai Daniels Olubanko, a man she had never met. The mix-up threw everyone's lives into chaos. Rotemai was informed of the situation, and though initially shocked, he understood the gravity of the mistake. Kemi Adedayo's plans unraveled before her eyes. She had paid a huge sum to secure her future, but fate had other ideas. Kemi Adedayo, a woman who had always lived her life with integrity, now faced an uncertain future. She was pregnant with the child of a billionaire, a man she didn't know, due to a mistake she never could have anticipated. Rotemai, a man who had been through so much, now found himself connected to a stranger in a way he never expected. The mix-up had changed the course of their lives forever.